Alright guys, welcome back to Just Mad Cars. So, I was in Napa, but like a mug, I didn't film an intro. So here's the intro. I hope you enjoy the video. So I'm out here in Napa. I've just come to Easy Riders Rentals. A lot of people come here. They've got pictures of like their MCs, YouTubers like KSI was there, sorry. And Wiley, Chip, all them guys. When I knew I was coming out to Napa, I wanted to come out to Cyprus, what I really wanted was one of these buggies, if you can see that. Yeah, one of these buggies here. But turns out, unfortunately, I'm too flipping tall to fit into one. So instead, I've gone and got a quad bike. This is the type of thing that I actually wanted. You know, steering wheel, proper speedo, it's automatic, 2 pedals, like a go-kart, low to the ground. Not one of them big stupid ones. They obviously cost more, but obviously, as the channel called Just Mad Cars, this is more like a car because it has 4 wheels and a steering wheel. That's why I wanted this one originally. So I've had to get this instead. It's not too bad, it's much cheaper, but you know, still the same, still a quad bike, still got 4 wheels, still got mirrors. So yeah, should be a fun day. So I've come to the sculpture park. It's high up in, well, it's not high up in the hills, but it's quite high up. Obviously the sound quality won't be that great because of the wind. It's actually really nice up here. It's different from the rest of Ayia Napa because like Ayia Napa is just all like, well, when I say Ayia Napa, like the main central bit, it's just all clubby and vomity and touristy. Well, not touristy. It's just bare English people basically, and like, you know, you don't really come on holiday to go and see the same people from the country that you're from. Well, I don't think that anyway. So anyway, I thought me and Brian decided to come out here to the sculpture park with our quads. Well, Brian's got Yannick's buggy today. I thought we'd have a look around. I've decided to stop by this hippo. I think it's made out of like rusted steel or steel, and then now because it's been outside it's become rusted or something, I don't know. But it's a good representation of the stuff that you find in the sculpture park. So I thought it was just going to be historic art, but it's not just like that. It's a bit of modern art. So some stuff you look at it like, what the hell is this? But it's modern art, so I don't know. I'm not an art connoisseur. And obviously, man, like this hippo, you know. Out here chilling, going for one gal. Obviously he's in Napa and that, so probably thinking that you can find bare hippo things around here. There are some hippo things, Yannick would know, but so guys, seeing as this channel is called Just Mad Cars, I have access to quads. So I'm going to give you a little rundown of the quads that we all hired during this holiday. Right, so starting at the back here is this. This is Yannick's buggy. It's 250cc. PGO, as he's got 2 seats with seat belts, so he doesn't have to wear a helmet because he's got seat belts. His is more like a car, obviously. It's an auto, so it only has reverse and drive. Yeah, and a parking brake. I tried to drive this yesterday, it was a bit long. But anyway, yeah, so because this is more like a car, it's a bit more fun because it's more what you're used to. You can have adjustable suspension down here. This bit here, but I think you need a proper key for that. Obviously they're all motorbike engines, so Next thing is Jason's one. This is just called an Interceptor. Don't know what brand it is. I don't know if Interceptor is a brand. This one is 200cc. These two are also 200cc, and my one here, which is the same as Jason's one. However, there's some differences between them. So mine and Jason's one, yeah, although all four of them are 200cc, both models, there's some major differences. Even though I didn't ride them quite, I only rode my one, but the green one I really just rode for like 100 meters. And the difference really is the throttle response. Like on the green ones, it's basically it's all or nothing. You have to like, you can't just touch, you can't feather the throttle. It has to be, you put your heart and soul into riding that thing. Whereas with us, with mine and Jason's one, you can just put, you can feather the throttle. Like you can just put a little bit in, take it out, a little bit in, take it out, which helps when it's on like in windy conditions. But I prefer having to feather the throttle because it feels like there's more control over it. Because these things in general are actually absolutely dangerous. So obviously, the food in Iron Apple was pretty good. Firstly, McDonald's was, I wouldn't say it was better. The double cheeseburger tasted the same as a double cheeseburger here. But obviously they had wings. I love wings. Wings are the one. So I was gassed that they had wings. And the wings were actually nice, you know. I thought they were going to be some crap wings. But the wings were pretty good. I went to a restaurant with a steak and that was nice. The steak was pretty juicy. The vegetables were nice. Chips were nice. But it was steak and chips, so you can't really go wrong with that. But obviously, it was very lovely. The garlic bread was nice as well. It was nice to eat in like a proper restaurant, because at that point, we hadn't really eaten anywhere that good. And the last place, obviously Georgie's, but... So, across the road from me now, just over my shoulder there, not them two people, but the actual place I'm going to, is called Georgie's. They sell like gyros and Greek pitas and burgers and stuff, but I'm getting a Greek pita, I think. So I've ordered already, so I've just come outside just to have a chat with you about it. So obviously, this is Road and Munch, so I feel this is the main place that I've been going, that I've wanted to come to since being here, simply because a friend of mine that always comes here, that always comes and spends all their time in this place, says that go to Georgie's opposite McDonald's, they sell the best gyros. So I'm going to hold her to that, and if it's dead, I'm going to slap her. So yeah, I'll let you guys know what it looks like and what it tastes like. So obviously, we just left Georgie's, had some food. It was absolutely lovely. It was a bit big though. Brian didn't finish his food, because Brian doesn't finish anything. And he overestimated the amount of food that he got.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
My thing was sharing is caring.
Nah, dead.
But the people I was there to share with left.
Yeah. Jason, what did you think of your wrap?
Huh?
What did you think of your wrap?
It was good. It was very good.
Lovely.
Definitely overpriced though.
Was it?
Fun.
Yeah, it was quite pricey. It was like, my meal was like $9.20. Like, come on, bro. But yeah, overall, very filling. And I'll definitely recommend it to any of you guys that come to Cyprus, especially Famagusta, especially Iron Apple. So we come down to the sea caves. Krekos Kavos, I believe they're called. And that's what it said on the road signs. Obviously we quadded it up here. Look at, and the views are just quite spectacular. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you come out to Iron Apple, definitely come here, because this part of the sea, of the area, it's more like what you'd expect Cyprus to be, not just Iron Apple. It's not just some little area, some little town where there's just nightclubs and stuff. And this part's really nice, like, look at all that. So yeah, definitely need to see more of Cyprus, I think. I think the rest of Cyprus, the quieter bits must be like this. And off camera, this is actually the second time I came here, because yesterday it was me and Brian. Brian brought Yannick's buggy, and Yannick's buggy ran out of fuel, so I had to go buy fuel. So I was going to some other part of the island that I had never been to before. And it seemed really different to Iron Apple. Like, Iron Apple seemed like it was a little bit touristy. I'm not gonna lie, it did seem like the nicer part of the island. Like, it did seem like the part of the island that wasn't cheap. The amount of exploring that I did yesterday on my quad, even though it was absolutely terrifying, because these quad bikes are on I'll get to that later. But yeah, I have enjoyed the time that I spent in this part of Iron Napa anyway, like yesterday and today. But I haven't been here all day, I've been here for like an hour or so, less than that. But overall, I definitely think this part is worth coming out to if you do come to Iron Napa at all. Right, so fix my trimming, that you understand. So as I'm out here, I thought I'd chat to you guys about the quad bikes and that. This quad bike, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like quad bikes. I've actually come to the conclusion that quad bikes, I really don't like them. I like quad biking as an activity, but not a quad bike. Quad bikes are the most dangerous, crude things I've ever sat on in my life. Normal. And to be totally honest, I was pretty terrified half the time whilst driving these things. So we rode to kind of like a different town to go to a big supermarket, because the people that we hired the quad bikes from said there's a big supermarket outside, so you just have to go a bit further. We have to go on the dual carriageway. Bruv, I am never doing that again in my life. I was so scared. Like 50 miles an hour on this thing, yeah, is the most dangerous thing. It bobs, it weaves, it wants to lift up, it doesn't want to stay, it's not stable. The wind comes, it moves to the side, the wind comes again, it moves you to the other side, and then the wind comes underneath and starts lifting you up as well. So yesterday when I went, well, Yannick's buggy ran out of fuel. I had to leave Brian here, where we are now, go buy fuel on my quad bike. That was absolutely petrifying, because it was such a windy day yesterday, and because it's like the road that I was on was basically by the coast, all I was getting was just wind coming from one direction, just trying to chuck me off the bike. These things are not the type of things that I would recommend people to ride on a daily basis, unless if you are completely and utterly insane. Oh yeah, and they vibrate a lot, because you're sitting on the engine basically, all you just feel is vibrations. Maybe because mine's a bit old. Maybe like Brian and Dean's ones are a bit better because they're newer, but this one, the green ones I was talking about, maybe those ones are a bit better because they're newer, but this one was a joke thing. You don't have no fuel gauge, but I just think that's just because that's just my one, because the green ones had fuel gauges. And that's how I'm bright at all. You have to put the main beams on. That's just disturbing other drivers. Also in this place, everyone drives mad. Like, everyone overtakes, but they overtake dangerously and they overtake slowly, especially the cab drivers. The amount of times I saw overtakes happen, I was like, what kind of overtake is this? You're not going to make it. And everyone drives on the phone, like literally, like on the phone. Like the cab driver picked up his phone, dialed a number, and made a phone call whilst we was in the cab. Like, it was mad. But apart from that, it was still very good that we had a quad bike, because where our villa was quite far. So if we had to walk that was a joke thing. And paying for cab every day would have been very annoying, because the amount of journeys we made, for example, just to go into town to like get something and come back, or go to town, we need to go back to the villa to get a few more things, made the journey back. If we had to take cab for that, we would be spending quite a bit of money. So the quad bike is a very handy way of getting around. So if you do come here or go anywhere where you can hire quad bikes for cheap, really consider it. Just don't ride too fast, because they'll try and kill you. Oh, and they're cheap to fill up as well. Like, full tank was like 10 euros. Even though it has tried to kill us, it has been fun riding them. Like, quad bikes, if you ride them sensibly, they are a lot of fun. And obviously you can get someone on the back. So if you make a friend, chuck them on the back. Why you laugh? Why you laugh? If you make a friend, you can chuck them on the back. Obviously, it depends on the size of the friend as well. If the friend is a bit, you know, on the big side, like for example, I'm quite tall, so if I made a tall friend, that's what I mean by size, tall, then it'll be quite annoying. I think no. Hey, see that big one I sat on first, yeah? That was the same as this, isn't it? It was just big. Do you remember? to the end, guys, but again, like a mug, I forgot to film an outro. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and obviously don't forget to like and comment. That would be much appreciated. Obviously, if you like any of my stuff, go follow me on Insta at gamma_JMC.